I'm a griffin, right? You all know that. It's not hard to tell that I'm a griffin. But I'm proud to be a griffin, damn it. You know, it's a big responsibility being the feather duster of the furry world, but I like it. Hey, I get a cozy nest, plenty of food, the pay is lousy, but you can't beat the traveling opportunities, so I'm happy. I'm a happy griffin. Until I'm hanging out, not bothering anyone, and a fur I've never met before comes up and says hello to me. Hey, no problem. I'm friendly. I like to meet new furs. So I wave back and say hi, and then he says, oh, you're a griffin. And it's kind of a confusing statement, you know, kind of like, oh, you're on fire. So obviously I'm curious, and I say, well, what do you mean? And he says, it's too bad you're a griffin. I just don't find them believable. And you seem like a really nice guy, too. Well, I'm sorry to offend your personal sense of reality, but you can get fucked, okay? So this is how it's gonna be, is it? We got a perfect little furry world here, and now let's bring in a little existence discrimination. It's not like our players have to deal with enough discrimination. Now you're gonna decide to start some good old-fashioned reality prejudice. Wonderful. Here, let me give you David Duke's home phone number. Maybe he can give you a few tips. This isn't the first time I've seen this either. I've seen furs look at dragons and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just not into the mythical thing. Oh, goody. Our mythical creatures gonna have to sit at the back of the bus now? Do we get our own separate mythical bathrooms and mythical schools? Maybe this is a bad time to tell you, but you're an anthropomorphic fucking skunk. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Oh, I'm sorry. There for a minute, I thought you were just as mythical as I was. I'm sorry. Don't beat me, massa. You know, I just don't need this kind of shit. Did you know that there are entire mucks out there that won't even allow dragons or griffins or tars because they're too fairy tale-like? Yeah, brilliant. You're an anthropomorphic horse standing there at the gates telling me I'm too fairy tale-like. Yeah, just point out the train to the nearest concentration camp, please, and I'll just be on my way. Okay, listen to me for a minute. Nobody died and left you in charge of reality, alright? If you can be a 150-pound fox with a 180-pound tail, then I can be a fucking griffin. My life is hard enough, okay? I have to deal with flying through storms, cleaning my feathers, hunting for food, sitting on microfurs. The last thing I need is you calling out the RL police to Rodney King me for violation of Section 429 of the Furry Existence Ordinance. Haven't you learned anything from our players? What, maybe you don't think we have enough culture or something? Maybe you think there ought to be a little furry Hitler running around the muck executing tars? I'll tell you what, if existence requires half a brain, then you're not in that loop, are you? I mean, how can you, a fantasy anthropomorphic character, sit there and tell me that I'm just not a part of your reality? Wake up call, genius. This isn't just your reality. There are quite a few more players out there than just yours. Okay, I know. I've decided that from now on, morons are just too unbelievable to exist. Sorry to have to do that to you, pal, but I'm afraid you're just gonna have to not exist anymore. Should I stomp you into little bitty stupid bits now, or do you want to wait until after the daily Pegasus bonfire? Now, don't tell me the majority of people consider dragons and griffins more mythical than an anthro raccoon or some shit. If we went with the majority, then neither of us would exist. There'd just be a bunch of big-breasted human Amazon women and cold beer. Yes, I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. Anthromoose, but reality isn't gonna bend to your will and make all the hydras disappear. Yes, I'm afraid all the unicorns will still be around in the morning. Hey, in my reality, you're dinner, okay? In my reality, your mother is my personal bitch. But somehow, I'm still hungry and I don't have a fat whore between my legs right now. So I guess we're gonna have to compromise. How do you like them apples? I'm glad you're not in charge around here, or we might as well get out the whips and witch torturing equipment. We don't need furry discrimination, okay? There are a lot of things we don't need around here. We could do without earthquakes. Root canals we don't want. That's a good one. Taxes. Hey, damn, we don't need any taxes. No point in bringing any of that stuff around, so why not just leave discrimination out of it while we're at it? Let's just shove that off over there with chemical burns, okay? If you don't mind. Oh, I know how it is. You like the idea of some mythical creatures, but not others. You want a world where there's something to hump everywhere you turn. Well, guess what? If I can tolerate the idea of an anime cat girl with purple hair, then you can damn well tolerate a griffin. Just put down the attitude there and no one will get hurt, okay? You don't think a griffin is attractive? Fine. Don't look at me. But I'll be damned if you're gonna throw me out into the fucking cotton fields just because you don't happen to shoot a stiffy when you see me. You know, I might think you're butt ugly too, but you're not gonna catch me shaving you bald and slapping a star on your chest. Maybe this reality isn't exactly like you want it, but you know what? Tough noogies, okay? Deal with it. You should be a little more open-minded. You should be a little more respectful of other people's fantasies. But if you still think I shouldn't exist because I'm too mythical for you, guess what? I still don't have your mother gurgling my name. In other words, bite me! This is to your mythical ranting griffin, and that's all I have to say about that.